Are you guys with me? I think I lost you guys there for a little bit. Can you guys hear me and see me? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Something went haywire here. Anyhow, and we're about to start painting our project, and I'm using acrylic paint, just regular acrylic paint. Okay, so I'm using regular acrylic paint, and there's a lot of different kinds of acrylic paints, and it's all basically the same. It's just a brand, and they run for like anywhere between 50 to like $1 or $2 per bottle, and I have a lot of those. So we're gonna get ready to start painting our background. Well, let me just shake it up a little bit, and I'm gonna use a foam brush, and today I'm using Berry White from Folk Art. This is the one I'm using today. You guys can hear me? Okay. Hello? Bien, ajá. Sí. Bien, están mirando televisión. Uh-huh. Okay. Sí, porque no tenemos aquí. Yeah, no importa lo que ustedes quieran. Oh. De tomar tengo iced tea, tengo soda. Okay. Sí. Okay. 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 Bye-bye. So sorry about that, guys. That's my mother-in-law. They're coming to pick up my nephews. And they're bringing us something to eat. So all you do is apply your paint and start coating the back part of your frame. Now I chose this color because I think it matches very well with the color of my image. This background color, the red part, it matches very well to this wine color that I'm using on my frame. And what I like about acrylic paint is that it dries super fast. So there's hardly any wait time. Now, I'm not too picky on the direction that I coat my frame. I like coating it in up and down directions and side to side motions. I think it gives it a little extra like visual texture. And I like the one coat look. I don't feel I need to add 2 coats. So you get the inside also. You guys couldn't eavesdrop on my call, huh? I might get a few calls between now and the end of the class, and I really apologize for that. Right now I have a new salesman working a trade show, and it's the first time he's ever done a trade show by himself. So he keeps calling me and asking me all kinds of questions. So you guys might be able to eavesdrop on those calls. But my mother-in-law doesn't speak any English, so I can't help it. And she's just telling me they're on the freeway on their way over here. Now for the front, you don't really need to, it depends on how you're going to put your paper. For the front, I'm not really going to have to color the front very much. I'm just going to kind of do the edges. It's kind of like distressing it with your ink pad. That's kind of what I'm going to do, only with paint. Make sure you get all the little nooks and crannies in there. I might have to come in with a different brush later. Doing the sides just roughly, because I'm going to be adding some rub and buff to the sides, so I'm not too concerned about coating it all completely. The name of the color I'm using is from Folk Art, and it's number 434. The color is Berry Wine. Yes, it can be dried with your heat gun. It has no problem accepting your heat gun. It washes off super duper easily. Yes, thank you very much for pointing that out, Val. It does. It washes off really well your fingers, your hands, you know, it cleans up your surface, just not your clothes. Might not completely come off your clothes. Or your carpet. So I wouldn't recommend you using it around your carpet. Okay, so let us distress the edges here. And again, this is a dry brush. There's really no moisture to it. And the reason why it's a dry brush is because it dries a little bit faster, like this. And you get that richness from the paint, the color. So here I'm just, you know, distressing the edges, the corners. I'm not really painting the whole thing. Just roughly. Don't forget to paint the back part of your frame. Now you can use this technique with the other frames that they sell at Michael's. They have those dollar ones, and those are awesome too to alter. The only thing is that the space you have to work with isn't as big as these. These come with this wide panel here on the side. Now after we paint, we're gonna glue down the paper. And the paper, we're gonna use Mod Podge to glue it down. You can also use white paper glue. any kind of glue that dries clear, basically. You can probably use house paint too. That's I don't see why not, Linda. I just wouldn't use your heat gun to it. But you might be able to use your day-to-day household paints on it. Might take a little longer to dry also, and you might want to do it in a ventilated area. It tends to smell. But if you have water-based paint or oil-based paint, you can easily use it to do this project. I'm all about alternative options. I know some of you have a hard time finding some of this stuff because they might not carry it in your stores or in your area. So I'm all about alternative routes. I think acrylic paint comes off of your clothes as long as you don't have like the kind that is for fabric. I think that's what it is. Now I'm going to be adding some images. Also, I'm going to be stamping on this. You can also emboss images to your paper, your canvas, your picture frame here. Yes, you have to wash it right away from your clothes if you get it on your clothes. This is also an awesome project to do with your kids, guys. Kids love making this kind of stuff. And when they get dirty and stuff, it's even more fun for them to get their fingers dirty, and you start developing their creative images, you know? That way they have no problem doing those art projects at school and stuff. They get confidence, and they get that good feeling of you displaying their art in your house. Kids love that. I would highly recommend this project for all ages. My nieces and nephews love it when I bring out my paints. They have each done their own little picture frames. So for all you mommies out there, these are great ways to get your kids started in art. Never too early. Oh, I love the way this looks. If you don't have acrylic paints, you can also use your stains, your stains that you get from Tim Holtz. You can use those. You can use your dabbers. You can even go as far as to using watercolor. You can use your glimmer sprays. Possibilities are endless. It all depends on the kind of look that you're going for and what supplies you have handy. And since I have tons of bottles of acrylic paint, I'm doing mine in acrylic paint. So there it is. I did the back, and this is how it's starting to look. It doesn't look like much now, right? That's the back. the front. Oh, that's good news, Mel. Always good news when your kids come home. So now you might want to come back and remark those holes where your little tabs go, so they don't close up. And I'm using this tool like I have for my Cricut machine. You can use a toothpick, you can use a stick pin, just to kind of remark, you know, the holes here so they don't get clogged up with paint. This is already dry, guys. That's how fast acrylic paint dries. It's already dry. See? It's dry. This, it's dry. So now that we're done with the paint, you're going to bring out your Mod Podge. I'm using this time the matte color, the matte one. This is the Mod Podge I'm using. And I'm going to use the same brush. I'm not even going to rinse it out. And I'm simply going to, might help if you take the top off. It's a new bottle, I forgot to take it off. Mod Podge is awesome. It's an awesome medium to work with. A lot of mixed media artists use Mod Podge. It's equivalent to that to like white glue. Only a little bit better, I think. We're just going to put some on here. We're going to work fast. Spread it all around. We're going to work fast so that it doesn't dry out on us. I'm just going to brush it on. Now this dries clear, so it's okay if it goes on the edges or anything like that. It's okay because it dries clear. Get all your edges. Make sure you get it on the edges really good. Don't leave any glue clumps so that it goes on smooth. Okay. And you're going to position your paper. And you're going to smooth it on. Here's where a bone folder comes in handy. Where did you leave my bone folder? No, my bone folder. It's okay. Never mind. It's okay if you have glue dripping on the sides. Not a problem. Just smear it out. Now I'm not gluing this part down. I cut this part out because I'm going to use this part to help my image out. And I'll show you guys what I mean right now in a little bit. Let me just finish making sure that the paper is nice and and glued down, that there's no air bubbles. I have another bump over here. Make sure you squeeze out any excess glue. Now, depending on the look that you guys are going for, because the paper I'm using is embossed, I'm not going to put Mod Podge on top of the whole thing. But if you're using like any regular paper, you can easily cover this with Mod Podge, and it gives it a really cool look. There's an air bubble here. Yeah. Well. For the one. Yes. I didn't give you a brochure on those. The regulars. Right. No, I don't have them. The colors that you see there are the only colors that I have that in. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. There you guys go. Your first eavesdrop on my phone call to my salesman. His name is Adam, and he has like a million questions, even though all the information was given to him. Now I have a little bit peeking out here, so I'm just going to cut it. Not too worried on how straight this comes out, because I'm going to go over it with my sand block. Okay. So this is what it looks like now. That's the back. We're going to get our X-Acto knife and cut this part out with our X-Acto knife in a little bit. Okay. Now, the reason why I left this like this is because I'm going to tuck my image in here so that the image blends in a little bit more with the background. But before I do that, before I add anything to my image here, I'm going to take my sanding block and I'm going to go over the edges just a little bit, just to make sure that it has a nice, smooth attachment for the paper. And this way, sometimes you can't even tell that that's a piece of paper there. It looks like it's like painted on there. So you're just going to get your sanding block and go around the edges, just like this, and it cuts off any excess paper that you might have hanging over. Gives it a smooth edge, and it scuffs up your paper a little bit for a little distressed look. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get our image. Here's my image, and she's kind of curled up because it's paper, and it's gonna be put like this. Do you guys see that? How I tucked the image in there? You see that? Yes, Adam. It's a basic shirt with no tie, no hanky. It's those are CBL, cotton blend shirts. CBL. CBL. Yeah, and it stands for cotton blend. So it's a mixture of cotton and poly fabric. Yes, those are CBL. Yes, and those come in a couple of colors. Right. Red, there's orange, there's mango, there's white, there's black, there's cream, there's brown. Okay? Yeah, that's fine. Okay? Thank you. Sorry about that, guys.
How could you see them?
So you're going to get your Mod Podge, and you're going to glue your image down to your paper. What happened? Okay, bye. Can one of you go see outside? Your grandma should be here, and tell her what's going on, please. Sorry, guys. My husband made plans ahead of time, and he didn't tell me what was his plan for today. So we're going to get our Mod Podge. I'm telling you, he calls me, since I've been up, he's called me like maybe 15, 16 times. In a like time span of maybe like a couple hours. It's okay. I told him he can call me. He's by himself at the trade show, and he doesn't even know the line yet completely, so. Anyhow, we're adding Mod Podge to the back of our image, and yes, I'm using the same dirty brush because it doesn't matter to me. Now carefully tuck your image in between the swirl here. Now Mod Podge gives you a little bit of play time before it sticks down to anything, and when it's paper on paper, you have to be really careful before you press it down. When you lift it up, your image might tear a little bit, so be very careful. on the block. Why don't you go? My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law are here to pick them up. They're gonna hang out today, maybe by the pool a little bit. If you hear a couple of Spanish-speaking ladies walking in the door, don't be alarmed. Oh wow, she looks great. I'm really, really liking the way this looks. Kind of press out any air bubbles. Look at that. How good does that look? How beautiful does that look, guys? And I'm gonna add some glue here too. This is what it looks like underneath, and that's what it's gonna look like. It looks very 3D with the shading and stuff like that it has to it. Very 3D. I'm not going to worry about cutting the edges off right now. It's not super important right now for me to cut the edges. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue with my fingers to adhere this part down. And again, press it down. Smooth out your image. Now you can also, to protect the image, you can add a thin layer of Mod Podge over it with a clean brush. Or if you have that Claudine Hellman multi-medium, you can also use that. Same purpose. You can go over it with glossy accents, you know, to make it look more popped out. It's basically how your eye sees it. Okay, so next I'm gonna bring out some stamps. Now I have these script stamps that I bought at Michael's, and I think these are from Recollection. I'm gonna use this one, the script, and it comes with a script and then some, I think it's some typed and some numbers. I'm gonna use the script. I'm not even gonna peel it off of the thing. I'm gonna get my all-time favorite rub and buff in color gold. Let me get a sponge, guys. I thought I had my sponge here. I don't have it. Now I'm using a regular makeup sponge to apply my my gold rub and buff onto my stamp. And you're gonna smudge it on here like if you were an ink pad. And this is gonna give it a very faint look. And you're just going to randomly start stamping. And it looks, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yes, Adam. On which one? All our dress shirts go from small to 5XL. So 5XL is the biggest size that we carry. With, right, 5XL, 5 extra large. Right, that's Pack C. Pack C is 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X. Okay? And that's on all the items. Most of the items. Yes. YF. Yes, we do. Okay. Sorry, guys. I told you he would be calling. It's driving me a little crazy, actually. I feel like taking a flight out there and just doing the show myself. So this is just adding some touches of gold here and there onto your image. I'm going to add some to the side because I really like this gold buff and rub and buff thing. I'm going to put it on the sides of my frame. It gives it a really fancy look. Now this stuff you might want to use in a ventilated area, and I don't recommend this for your kids, the gold buff and rub. Rub and buff. Buff and rub, rub and buff. This. I'm adding it to all four sides. I like getting my hands dirty. An indication that I've done something. Okay, so that's what the sides look like. This is how how she's coming along. No, it's not really that hard to wash off your fingers if you wash your hands with some warm water and some soap. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do to the front for right now, so that my frame can lay flat when I work on the back. And in the background, I think I'm going to bring out some stamps. I have my script stamps, and I have this little branch stamp. I'm going to use this stamp. And I'm going to use black ink to stamp it on. So I'm going to use my Versamark black. You can use your StazOn, you can use any color, any type of ink that you want. Your canvas, your work area is going to take it up nicely. Then juice it up and randomly stamp it. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just going to randomly stamp. You guys see that? For this, you might want to bring your back part and place it in position really quick, so that the images that you stamp onto your background all blend in together. Might have to do this one off. There you go. Randomly stamping, guys, not even thinking about it. I'm rotating the stamp. No thinking aloud. No planning ahead. Randomly stamping. Don't forget to stamp your backing here. This part also gets stamped. Put some down here in the bottom. Okay? And I'm going to also use let's see. I have some flowers here. All these clear stamps I'm using, I purchased at Michael's. I think I'm going to put some flowers on here because I'm going to use like this little swirly stamp to match the swirly stamp part in the paper I'm using in the front of the image. That's what it looks like. If you have one of those embossing little buddies that they sell to remove the static, you can also emboss on this. And it will not interfere with the acrylic paint at all. You should go see if your grandma's outside. They were looking for parking. I think you should go. Don't send him. You should go. Now don't forget to do this, the back part of the stand. Everything is going to match. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this part yet, so I'm not putting anything on there yet. But so far, this is what the back looks like. Yeah, I do too. I really don't like products that are not properly finished. Just because it's in the back doesn't mean you're going to give it less attention than you would the front. Because this has a way to stand up, so it needs to look beautiful both front and back, in my opinion. And I think I want to put a butterfly somewhere. Let me just get a butterfly out. I'm going to use this butterfly. I might just put it, maybe one here. Yeah, I like the way that looks. My work area is a mess. I was scrapping with my nephew yesterday, trying to work on some projects, some swap items that I have to finish, and he kept asking me questions, so I just kind of started showing him, and I kind of forgot about my own stuff. I'm going to be putting this image here. Maybe another one here. Yes. Okay, that one's gonna go there. My block is a little dirty, so it's not sticking. No mistakes, creative opportunities is how I call them. Okay. Hi guys. You're gonna hear some people in the background. That's just my in-laws that got here. That image did not sample. Maybe another half hour. This is what it's looking like. Really nice, huh? This is the front. And I'm going to be giving her some wings, and I think I'm going to give her acetate wings. And for her, I think I'm going to give her a couple of flowers. I'm done with the back. You might be able to give it a coating of Mod Podge. You might pass your heat gun through it first before you give it the coating to make sure the ink and everything is dry. At the end, you could put some Mod Podge on it to seal it. And we're going to put, these are handmade flowers that I did. These are fabric. And in the next Ustream class, I'm going to teach you guys how to do these if you guys don't know how to make these. So I'm going to bring my flowers and the stuff that I'm going to decorate my picture frame with and start messing around with it, laying them where I think they're going to look best. Have some leaves, some flowers. Her dress reminds me of like an open rose or something like that. So I'm going to use a lot of flowers here. And this is a gold leaf that I pinched in the middle. And this I'm using as her wings. So her wings are going to go like this. Those are her wings. Yes, I'm recording the show, so if you guys miss anything, you can always come back and look at the recording. That's not a problem. From here on, it's all basically just decorating. We're only going to be using our hot glue gun to glue everything down. And I'm using bling. This is what I'm using. And this is going to come, I think, here. I think it looks good here. It's still on the plastic, so I can mess around with it, move it around. How does that look? with the bling. Nothing's glued down yet. I still have opportunity here to move it around. I should plug in my heat gun. Remember, you're going to cut this square off, so don't put anything here. This is where the altering the image begins, because you're adding stuff to the existing image. I'm going to add some pearls to her clothes. Add some crystals. Maybe put some bling here. This is what it's roughly gonna look like. Can you guys see that? So this is what it's starting to come out with. Let me connect my hot glue gun, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give her some earrings. Okay, the hot glue gun is connected and starting to get warm. You guys can see that? Do you guys think I should keep these as wings, or should I give her acetate wings? Bye, Dee. Are you leaving? My hot glue gun is almost there. Almost there, guys. You guys have any questions? You guys like my gun? Got it at Michael's. It's totally fabulous. It's Art Minds is the brand. It's for like $5 at Michael's. Now this is a ribbon flower, and it has a brooch in the middle. No, I didn't paint the glue gun. It came like this. This is how it came. And it has this little plastic here, which is a protector, and it keeps you from burning yourself right here. So I really like that. It comes with a little stand to stand up. So the glue gun totally came like this, and I really liked it when I saw it. I think for the center of this one, we're gonna use a button. Let me start gluing down my bling on my image. Giving her some gold earrings. I mean a big diamond earring. I think I like the big one. So I'm going to put the little one here. So she has diamond earrings. Look at that. Can you guys see that? We're giving her some bling. It takes forever to heat up. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm gonna bring out my acrylics. These are mica powders, and these are Ranger products, I think. And this is gonna add some of that fabulous shimmer to my image. So just get your brush, my brush, and randomly add it just to add shimmer to your image. You can also use glimmer mist, but I don't really want to wet this project anymore. So I'm not using that type of spray on here. Not for this. And this grabs on to anything. Just to give everything a little shimmer, a little sparkle. Randomly added. You can also stamp it with stamp an image and then sprinkle this on top, and it sticks to the ink, or the perfect medium. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the shimmer, but it gives it a very nice shimmer. You'll be able to see the shimmer when I take a picture of the finished product. Okay, my heat gun is hot and ready to go. So we're gonna attach her wings. And all I did was pinch the center of one leaf. Just pinch the center. Put a little bit of glue. And stick it onto the center of her back. You guys see that? You guys see that? I'm going to start gluing down my flowers. Make sure I have them positioned where I want them. I think I should. Hold on, I'll take extra. Not too worried about this because I'm going to cover that. You can always file it off again and add some more ribbon dust. And you can take care of that when you're ready to do the last finishing touches of your frame. So I'm going to start putting my flowers. Don't be afraid to add some leaves, some greenery on there. Yeah, I like the way that looks. So if you guys have any scraps of fabric laying around at home, bring them out. We're going to make some flowers out of them. Some ribbon. We're going to make some ribbon flowers, fabric flowers. I'll give you guys a total supply list next week. I'll try to have it up by Monday. You guys see that? Now I'm going to add the bling here. And I have to cut it. Now I'm putting mixtures of pearls and crystals. You guys see that? Bye, Valentina. Thanks for stopping by. It's recording, so if you miss anything, girl, you can always come back to it. I think now I should get my X-Acto knife and cut around the back. My brain won't. Here's the part I cut out. If any of it pulls off, just get your Mod Podge and glue it back down. You're gonna have to come back with an emery board and sand off any extra pieces of paper that you might have there. It'll come right off with this emery board. No blood allowed. This is what it's gonna look like, guys, without your picture. Let's see about this flame here. I didn't stick it down right. There you have it, guys. This is gonna be the front. Yeah, it does, huh? Does look a little bit New Orleanish like. And this is what the back is gonna look like. Not only is your image beautiful in the front, it's also beautiful in the back. I think I'm gonna stamp a butterfly in the front too, so that the butterfly theme comes forward. But basically, that's it. I need to add the center here, which is going to be a button. You can put a button, you can put bling, you can put beads, crystals, you name it. It's your guys' imagination that's the limit. Maybe put a leaf there. But basically, I am super happy with the way this looks. It looks totally, totally fabulous. And they make great presents. That's it, guys. Easy, easy, easy. Have some leftover bling here I can use. Maybe in a corner somewhere. I have one of these. Let's see, I have this way. Yes, I will show you guys how to make the flowers in my next Ustream class, which would be next weekend on Sunday. Yes, this is In our next Ustream class, I'm gonna show you guys how to make ribbon flowers and fabric flowers so that we can make our jewelry. We're gonna incorporate them in our jewelry. You can incorporate them in your jewelry, your hair clips, your hair bands, which are totally awesome. Little girls totally love those type of things. I'll give you guys a supply list on my blog, which is itza.blogspot.com, and I'm going to have a supply list there for next week's Ustream class. We're also going to be altering dominoes, girls. So bring out your dominoes and your stamps and your embossing powders, because we're going to be using those also next week. If any of you guys want the image that I used today, you can leave me a message on my blog or visit minialbumscraps.ning.com and check that website out, and you can find me there and message me your email address or your contact information, and I would gladly send you the images. Any images that I use on any of my projects, I'll gladly send them over to you guys. We also had another image that I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, and I'll send you that image also, which is this one. And we can use this on another project. So I gave you guys two options, either this one or the one that I used. Yes, the jewelry is so much fun, guys. So much fun, and once you guys see how easy it is, you're gonna be making jewelry left and right. Everyone's gonna be getting jewelry. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a ring also, using the same flowers. Oh, I can imagine it's gonna look beautiful. Yep, both sides. Do you guys have any questions before I leave? I can answer any quick questions. If you have any comments or if you guys need anything, I can do that with you guys now. I'm basically done. All I need to do is sand off the edges here a little bit, which if you have an emery board, you can just get your emery board and go through it like this. And any paper that's laying there is going to come right off. And then you can just go ahead with your gold rubbing buff and do the edges here also. Do the edges with your gold rubbing buff. You guys are going to be able to see more details on the picture once I take a picture of it. Adam seems to have stopped calling now. Now that I'm logging out, he stopped calling. He's there at the show. He's got a few orders, so that's pretty awesome. I'm going to be busy next week. Yeah, he probably fell on a mannequin. My boss had to go out of the country, and we had no choice but to let this guy do the show by himself. And it's his first show, first time seeing the full product line, so he's a little overwhelmed. Once again, if you guys want to stop by my blog, it's Itza, I-T-Z-A, socks at SB, no, I'm sorry, itza.blogspot.com is my blog. You can always find me on minialbumscraps.ning.com. You can also email me directly. If you go to my blog, I have a link there that connects you to my YouTube channel. It connects you to my blog, to my Ustream channel, and it connects you to my email. You have my email address there. So you guys can easily contact me at any of those places. And this class is recorded, so you guys can always stop by and check out anything that you might have missed. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me and crafting along. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Please send me pictures of the items that you guys do. I love looking at other people's crafts. I'll be giving out little prizes here and there to the few, like 3 people that give me pictures or links to your blog. I will be sending you guys little goodies, and I'll contact you guys directly there. And I really hope you guys stop by next week, next Sunday, which is the 31st, at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And that is the class that we're going to be having to make jewelry. And I'll show you guys real quick again what the project looks like. This is what we're making next class. So please guys, stop by my blog to see the supply list, and we'll be making this. Yes, I'm in California, so it's 1 o'clock California time. We'll be making flowers. If you have no fabric, it's okay. You can do the same thing with paper. So we're going to do the whole necklace, and we're going to give it a little closure. Actually, this one doesn't have a closure. This is how you close it here, with this ribbon. Pull the string, and it's adjustable. So please gather up your fabric and come craft with me again next week, and we'll be making that beautiful necklace there.